Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to historic Mike Carter Field and home of your Tyler Junior College Apaches. Today's contest features the Rock Valley Golden Eagles and your Tyler Junior College Apaches. Let's meet the starting lineups for each team. First, for the visitors, leading off playing center field, number 7, Cole Ludenking. Batting second, playing left field, number 20, David Mitchell. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 11, Tegan Woods. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 14, Bill Blank. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 8, Mason Beatty. The DH, number 17, Miguel Baez. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 33, Brett Swall. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 21, Bryce Burton. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 10, Zach Baden. And on the mound for the Golden Eagles, number 1, Brock Levy. Now for your Tyler Junior College Apaches. Leading off, playing center field, number 17, Jacob Johnson. Batting second, the third baseman, number 14, Dalton Davis. Batting third, the left fielder, number 5, Heath Hood. Batting fourth, the DH, number 42, Miguel Vega. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 20, Robert Hines. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 11, Michael Schrapp. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 9, Bryn Reynolds. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 7, Trace Thomas. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 1, Tyler Lindweber. Starting on the mound for the Apaches, number 8, Cooper Rawls.
Good morning and welcome to Tyler, Texas. We're at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Doubleheader day at the ballpark between the Tyler Junior College Apaches and the Rock Valley College Golden Eagles. Dr. John Groth with you on the pregame show. Had a chance to catch up with both head coaches. We'll talk to them momentarily, or we'll hear what they said just a minute from now. The Rock Valley Golden Eagles come in 4-6 on the year. They are led by fourth-year head coach Chad Herron. Of course, the Apaches led by Doug Wren in his 11th season with Tyler. Lots of big games on the slate today. Spring break here in Texas, and I know a lot of the schools around the country, including Rock Valley, are on spring break. That's why they're here. They are quite a ways from home, 900 miles, about 14-hour trip down here to Texas from Rockford, Illinois, is where the college is located. So, long trip, but they'll play a lot of baseball. They're playing 10 games in 6 days, are the Golden Eagles, and so far it's been a pretty good road trip for them. They split in Arkansas. They split with Richland on Sunday. Yesterday dropped a close one to Eastfield by a score of 9-6 over in Mesquite. And today it's the Apaches. They'll head back over to Dallas and play Northland Tech on Wednesday, and then Thursday they're at Northlake. So very much like the Joliet Wolves of the other day when the Apaches played the Wolves in a 3-game set. The Wolves were down here for a number of games in about 6 or 7 days. The Rock Valley College Golden Eagles making their spring trip down here through Arkansas and Texas, kind of right in the middle of it right here on a Tuesday afternoon. So with that, let's go ahead and hear what Coach Chad Herron in his 4th season with the Golden Eagles. Let's see what he had to say down in front of the Golden Eagle dugout just a few minutes ago. All right, we're outside the Golden Eagle dugout here on a beautiful morning, and we're talking to Chad Herron, 4th-year coach. You're rolling. You're getting close to 100 wins, aren't you?
I'm getting closer. By the
Welcome
day,
to Tyler. You guys have had a nice start to your season. Couple of splits. Had a close one with Eastfield yesterday. You know, we like to think down here in Texas that we've got it tough to get out of here, but you're coming from a really challenging conference, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Region 4 is a really tough, region. We got a tough N4C baseball conference as well with a bunch of D3s, and then Region 4 is no slouch.
And you got Joliet, who was just in town, took one from the Apaches the other night, and you got Oakton. They got a little history there as well. So
they do.
I mean, to get out of your area is not easy to do, is it?
It is not. That's why we kind of come out here to start our spring break trip, is to see some of the best teams in the country, and then we know we got some of the best teams in the country up there. So I mean, game in and game out, you got to be prepared to look to move on. So.
Well, you're doing kind of what Joliet has done. You're coming down here and playing 10 games in 6 days, something like that.
We are.
It's a lot of baseball. So talk about so far. What you've seen of your club, because you played a few before you got here, but this trip obviously is a chance for you to kind of roll some guys in and out of there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the guys we do have for sure. I mean, coming down here is we know it's going to be a grind day in and day out with all the travel and all that stuff, but we do want to see what we have. We've beaten ourselves a couple times, which is kind of frustrating, but we know what's in store and what's ahead of us.
Yeah.
So
the meaningful games are still well ahead of you, and these are. Yeah. I was talking to Greg the other night. It's almost like a spring training trip for you. I went to junior college in Ohio, so I totally understand. We would go down to Georgia, we'd go down to Florida, and we'd get lobster eyes because we're all inside and come out and the sun's out and we get toasted. But for these kids, there's no school, it's just ball.
It is, and it's a good time for these guys to gel as a team.
Yes.
and really see what we got and get even closer and kind of get away from the
like it or not, you're spending a lot of time with each other.
You are, and get away from the schooling aspect of it for just a good week and kind of let down your guard for a minute, but play really good baseball. So, I mean, that's what it is. It's a business trip for us, to be honest with you, and we are inside, but we kind of press the issue up there a little bit and try to get outside as much as possible. So, we all play baseball the same way, and you go hard at it.
Well, you guys you've been ranked as high as number 5, and nice road sweep at Triton to open the year, right? Talk about that day. That had to be a pretty good day to open the season.
It was a good feeling, to open up our 2020 campaign. Obviously, Triton's going to be tough. They're a conference foe as well, and they're going to be there in the end for themselves as well. So, I mean, we try to challenge ourselves, and we want to play the best of the best. It's the only way we're going to get better, kind of moving forward, and see what we got.
To get a road sweep to open up against a quality opponent, that has to do a lot for your confidence.
It does, and then you kind of go down to John Wood and kind of drop three
close ones,
really close ones, and we
games.
feel we beat ourselves in 1 or 2 of those ball games. Obviously, they're a good club as well, and then coming down here and playing like the Eastfield yesterday.
Yep.
We had a 5-0 lead. We kind of feel like we kind of let it slide a little bit, but today's a new day, and we go from there.
That's the beauty of the game, isn't it?
It is.
Well, one of the things that's kind of cool, and I talked to Greg about this the other day, was, you're hoping that at some point those confident wins that you get are going to pay off later on. And the other thing is, it gives your guys a chance to see, there's a better than average chance that when you play the teams you're playing down here in Texas, you're going to there's a good chance you might see them again hopefully in Greenville, if that's where you guys end up.
That's our ultimate goal. So that's why we're down here and putting our best foot forward and playing the best teams around the area. And we know we got a challenge every time we come down here every year. But kind of going forward, I mean, our goal is to hopefully see a couple of these teams over in Greenville, Tennessee.
Well, and if you make it that far, it's a huge factor mentally for your guys and psychologically to say, hey, we can play with these guys because we did when we went on our spring trip.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, I tell our players day in and day out, I mean, I'll play anybody in the country at any given time. I'm not going to back down from any level and kind of going forward, and we're here in the grind, and you're playing every single day. When we go back home, we got a day off, in between some double headers and some sets and things like that. But yeah, I mean,
not so much here.
Not so much here. It's day in and day out until you travel home.
There's a good thing about that as well, because if you do drop one that maybe you should have won, today is 0-0, and in about an hour we're going to tee it up, and we're going to see who's better.
Absolutely. And Tyler's
at least for today.
Yes, sir. And Tyler's a good ball club, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good challenge for us.
All right, so let's shift gears just a bit. Who's going to get the ball for you today on the mound?
Brock Lavy's going to take the ball for us in game one. He's a lefty arm, that's been really good for us. He's a sophomore, so looking for good things from him. And then in game two, we'll have Eric Steiner, which is a freshman right-handed pitcher.
Okay.
And that's another beauty to come down here for spring break. You just see what arms are ready to go and can produce for us.
Right. Now, that's the other thing I asked Greg about the other day is that many games in a short time, you really got to kind of keep an eye on the pitch count, don't you?
We do, and our pitching coach, Caleb Bounds, did a really good job of that and kind of maneuvering in. We do feel that we have a number of arms that can play day in and day out. So, to be honest with you, we're really not short, So
good. So they'll get multiple opportunities while they're down here.
Yeah,
probably.
We can keep running guys out. So we feel, quality, is yet to be determined, kind of a deal. But as far as numbers, we got them. So
okay. Well, Chad, thanks for taking a few minutes. I hope today goes well, and we probably won't cross paths again the rest of the year. So I wish the Golden Eagles and you guys the best season, and not too long from now you'll be celebrating that century mark. So really excited for that.
Appreciate it.
And congrats on your success so far. Hope today goes well for you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you much, and good luck to Tyler today as well.
Thanks.
You bet.
All right, that's Chad Herron, the head coach. They're down at home plate talking things over with the three-man umpiring crew. The Golden Eagles opened up the season with a doubleheader sweep on the road in River Grove, Illinois, against Triton. They're Division I, and they took two on the road against Triton. So that's a really nice start for the Golden Eagles. They dropped 3 games against John Wood Community College, close score 7-4, 4-2, and 4-3. Then they started their spring trip and split a doubleheader in Arkansas. And then it was on to Richland on Sunday, split a doubleheader against Richland. And yesterday you just heard him talk about maybe having a chance to beat Eastfield and didn't quite hold on to a lead they had. So that sets the table for today in the games against Tyler Junior College. 2 7-inning ball games. Coach Wren's going over the ground rules with the umpires and Coach Herron. Let's hear what Coach Wren had to say down in. I got to catch up with him down in the locker room today. Let's see what Doug Wren had to say just a few minutes ago. All right, we got Coach Wren here in the locker room, and Coach, you talked about the response after that first Joliet, the loss that kind of got away from you. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we got 2 wins.
Yeah.
So you can never complain about that. But I still didn't think we played great. I still think we were a little flat. But it was a good response, especially from the pitching staff.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job coming out, throwing strikes. And
one run in 2 games,
in 14
awesome.
Innings. Lots of zeros. You can never complain about that. So, but I thought offensively, still a little bit of flat. Energy was a little flat. This is always a hard week because it's spring break and all their friends are off at the beach. So sometimes this is a little
play
bit.
Baseball in college, you give spring break up, right?
That's right. I haven't had a spring break since maybe junior high. So I don't even know what that looks like.
Basketballers give up their Thanksgiving and sometimes Christmas for those tournaments, and baseballers know this is part of the gig. When you're in college baseball, you're going to give up your spring break.
That's right. So, but all in all, we got a couple wins, and so hopefully to kind of come out with a little more energy and a little more fight today, and kind of finish this weekend and kind of week off well, and then we'll kind of get ready for the weekend later this week. So, but obviously you can't complain about a couple wins, but we're still trying to march towards being the best baseball team that we can be. And so hopefully we can kind of get off to a good start today and kind of be able to finish. That wasn't a problem for us this weekend. We got off to some pretty good starts
Right.
in each of those games. We just kind of hit the cruise control at different times. And as a coach, obviously you don't like to see that. So
you got Rock Valley, and they're actually part of a really competitive conference. They're in there with Joliet. They're in there with Oakton. And they're a pretty salty group. They had a lead yesterday against Eastfield and couldn't quite hold on to that. So they're going to be hungry to play. What do you expect out of the Golden Eagles today?
yeah, well, obviously they're going to be excited to play. I mean, I think they're only like 9 or 10 games in. So they're going to be excited to play. This is their spring trip. This is the first time at Mike Carter Field.
Right.
And obviously us being number 1 in the country,
Yep.
I'm sure we'll get their best.
They actually slid out of the receiving votes category this week, and Joliet slipped in, probably due to that win against you guys. So there's a little motivator, behind the scenes there. So
There is, and Chad's done a good job with the program. I think they had 38 wins last year, and so I expect a club that's going to fight and come to play, and so we're going to need to do the same.
who's going to get the ball here in these games for you guys?
Cooper's going to get the ball game 1.
Okay.
And we're going to look to him to get us 3 or 4, and then because we'll try to turn him back around for the weekend.
Okay.
And so I don't think we're going to extend him by any means, but
Gotcha.
if he can give us 3 or 4, be efficient doing that, we'll hand off the bullpen, and then game 2 will be Wilson. So
Okay.
we're going to give him his first start of the year and see if that may be more of a bullpen game anyway. So
Okay.
we'll just kind of see how the game flows
Right.
and where it takes us, but hopefully the offense gets off to a good start, gives that pitching a little bit of cushion, and we kind of go from there.
Well, I know you're glad you're not having to watch this first one in here.
I would much rather be in the dugout, that is for sure. So it was a rough one on Saturday. I'm glad we pulled out the win.
Yeah.
But I was pacing up and down the locker room at times, so
Well, thanks for giving me some time, and hope today goes well for the Apaches.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we are ready to play baseball here at Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. We've just had the anthem by the Aggie Band. And let's set the table here with these lineups. For the visitors, it's the Rock Valley College Golden Eagles, 4-6 on the year, led by fourth-year head coach Chad Herron. Leading off in center field is Cole Ludeking. Batting second is the left fielder David Mitchell. Batting third, the shortstop Tegan Woods. Batting cleanup, the first baseman Bill Blank. Batting fifth, the catcher Mason Beatty. Batting sixth, the DH Miguel Baez. Batting seventh, the third baseman Brett Swalve. Batting eighth, the right fielder Bryce Burton. And batting ninth, the second baseman Zach Baden. On the mound for the Golden Eagles, sophomore Brock Glavey. Defensively for the Apaches, Heath Hood in left, Jacob Johnson in center, Tress Thomas in right, Dalton Davis at third, Tyler Linweber at short, Ren Reynolds at second, Robert Hines at first, Mike Schrabb behind the plate, and on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Hallsville, Texas, 5'10" and 190, Cooper Rawls. Rawls gets the start here in game 1. Rawls is 2-0 with a 1.71 ERA. This is his 6th appearance of the year, all of them as a starter. He does have one complete game. We heard Coach Wren say a moment ago he will not get a complete game today. They're going to give him an abbreviated outing and try to turn him around and pitch this weekend against Carl Albert. In 21 innings so far this season, Cooper Rawls has 26 strikeouts and 5 walks. Opposing hitters batting .235 off the sophomore from Hallsville, Texas, Cooper Rawls. Taking his last few warm-up tosses. Apaches will play a 3-game series this weekend against Carl Albert Saturday. a 6 o'clock single 9, and then Sunday is doubleheader day, 7-9 at 1 o'clock. Supposed to get a little weather this weekend, so stay tuned to the internet. Don't believe we're going to be able to broadcast those games. I'm going to be across town doing UT Tyler this weekend. Apache's on a nice little run here. Ranked number 1 in the country. They stayed number 1 in the poll that came out yesterday. They are 15-6 on the season. And they're riding a 2-game winning streak after sweeping Joliet in a doubleheader. And we are just moments from first pitch. This Rock Valley College Golden Eagle squad was actually in preseason. They were ranked number 5. They did receive a few votes in last week's poll, but they slipped out of it this week. Joliet actually slipped up into the receiving votes category after taking 1 from the Apaches this weekend. Rawls from the windup. And we're underway. First pitch smashed into center field. Base hit. There goes the no-hitter. 12:01. We're just a minute late. And Ludeking smashes a ball for the first hit of the game. Cole Ludeking, 1 for 1. Here's the left fielder, David Mitchell now. The Golden Eagles with the navy blue jerseys, got the gold and light blue trim. Gold numbers on the back of the uniforms. Pinstripe pants with the navy blue stirrups. Got the navy blue ball caps. The Apaches wearing the gold tops today with the Tyler across the front in black and white. Black and white around the neck and sleeves. Black ball caps, pinstripe pants, and the black stirrups. Breaking pitch in there. It's 1-1 to left fielder David Mitchell. You heard Coach Herron on the pregame interview talk about the Golden Eagles had a 5-0 lead yesterday at Eastfield, could not hold it, and eventually lost a 9-6 decision. Ground ball left side and through the hole. 2 up and 2 hits. So a single to center and a single to left will bring up Tegan Woods, the shortstop.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Tegan Woods.
So Woods will step in with 2 on, nobody out. And batting in the 3 position for the Golden Eagles. You wonder, will he drop a bunt down here? He's going to show bunt, pull back, called a strike. So Coach Herron may be thinking just get some guys to maybe get that early lead here, move these runners along. Robert Hines is well in front of the runner at first. Here's the next pitch, foul tip. I think we're 1-1 here. Got nobody out, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play. Are we 0-2? Is that what we are? Okay, 0-2. Still no one out, first and second. Ludeking hit the first pitch he saw into center, and then it was Mitchell with a single to left. 0-2, next 0-2 offering. Up, hard hit up the middle. 6 and 4 and 3 and out at first base. What a double play. They're going to argue that he stayed on the bag or did not stay on the bag. I don't know that you can overturn this. No one else can have a better view than that first base umpire. What a turn by Ren Reynolds. Ball was hit up the middle, and Lynn Weber had to go way to his left, and he had to backhand that flip over to Ren Reynolds, and Reynolds just kind of grabbed it and chucked it over there. Didn't have a whole lot of steam on the throw, but it got there just in time. That Rock Valley coaches are arguing that the first baseman came off the bag. I don't know if you got anyone else on this field is going to be able to overturn that, because he was as close as anyone to that play. Other 2 umpires more than 90 or 100 feet away. They're gonna change it. All right. Well, evidently one of the umpires had a better view. So instead of 2 outs and 1 on, you're going to have 1 out and 2 on. So Mitchell's out at second on the 6-4. Ludeking goes to third, and Woods will be safe on the fielder's choice. So first and third, 1 away for Bill Blank, the first baseman. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, you know, over at UT Tyler now, they got 4 cameras set up. They actually have video review on those kind of disputes. Which further delays the game. I mean, that's kind of frustrating for the press box folks because we sit up here for 5 minutes waiting for them to come back and verify the call. You want to get it right for sure if you can, but sometimes it's just lengthens the time of the ball game. Everybody at every level is trying to speed the game up a bit. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Kind of waved at a breaking ball, and it's quickly 0-2 on cleanup hitter Bill Blank. Ludeking at third, Woods at first, 1 away. Golden Eagles with 2 hits in the first inning. Swing and a miss, got him to swing through a pitch way out of the zone, and there's 2 away. First strikeout for Cooper Rawls, and here is Mason Beatty, the catcher.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Mason Beatty.
And he will step in from the left side. Two outs, 2 aboard. Rawls from the stretch. The pitch misses high and away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. 68 degrees at game time. South-southwesterly at about 5 miles an hour, and that's going to be kind of across this field a bit from the right field pole to the left field pole. Boy, he kind of waved at that breaking pitch. Just did get a piece of it. So wind shouldn't be much of a factor today. Just got a nice breeze. Just a perfect day. Kind of a partly cloudy day. There are a few puffy clouds in the sky today. 1-1 pitch. It's going to miss low. 2-1. 2 outs, 2 aboard. Golden Eagles trying to take the early lead here. We're playing 2 sevens today. So we'll have to wait to the weekend to play some real baseball. Next pitch. Boy, out in front of that might have been a changeup. And Deuce is wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch, check swing. Did he go? Well, they're not checking over at first base. You got to check in the field, I guess. And they're saying he did not go, so it's a full count. So now you're going to have Woods at first. He'll be off with this pitch with a full count and 2 outs. Cooper Rawls trying to get out of a bit of a pinch here in the first inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him through the breaker with the 3-2 count, and he strikes out 2 Golden Eagles to get out of any further trouble. So the Golden Eagles, 2 base runners to lead the ball game off, and they're both stranded as we head to the bottom of inning number 1. Still scoreless here. Got a beautiful day. If you're in the area, come on out. Got a doubleheader day here at the ballpark, and if you're not, enjoy the game. We're still scoreless after 1/2 inning. Welcome back to Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Bottom of the first inning, it's Jacob Johnson to lead it off for the Apaches. For the Apaches quickly through their lineup. Johnson, Davis, Hood, Vega, Hines, Schrabb, Reynolds, Thomas, and Linweber. First pitch to Jacob Johnson, low, ball one. Defensively, for the Rock Valley College Golden Eagles, David Mitchell in left, Cole Ludeking in center, Bryce Burton in right, Brett Swalve at third, Tegan Woods at short, Zach Baden at second, Bill Blank at first. Next pitch off the plate. Actually, it catches a corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bill Blank at first, Mason Beatty behind the plate, and on the mound, left-handed sophomore from Wakonda, Illinois, 5'10", 160, Brock Glavey. 1-1 pitch fouled off over the Apache dugout. Apaches in the first base dugout, as they always are here at Mike Carter Field. Golden Eagles in the third base dugout. Not a lot of foul territory in the ballpark. On-deck hitters got to stay heads up on those check swing foul balls, as do the players and coaches in the dugouts themselves, very close to the home plate area. 1-2 pitch, check swing. He did go, and the ball gets away from Beatty. He'll throw it down for out number 1. So Glavey gets the strikeout, a left-on-left matchup with Jacob Johnson, and there's one away in the Apache first. Dalton Davis will step in for Tyler. For Brock Glavey, it's his third appearance of the year, his second start. He's 0-0 with a 2.57 ERA. He's pitched 7 innings, struck out 7, and walked 2. First pitch just misses low. Opposing batters hitting .308 off the left-handed sophomore from Wakonda, Illinois, Brock Glavey. Here's the 1-0 to Davis. Well hit to center, and Ludeking, boy, kind of had to stay with it there. Went to his knees to make the grab. And one of the things that you don't really realize or you take for granted playing baseball in Texas is these guys have been in the gym or indoors most of the spring. And so these outfielders have not seen a lot of balls off the bat from this distance. And so sometimes it's an adjustment for them for sure. The Golden Eagles have played 10 ball games, most of them on the spring trip in Arkansas and Texas. First pitch is a strike, and the second pitch swung on and missed. This is Heath Hood now for the first time today. No balls and 2 strikes. Glavey working at a good pace here. Going from the full windup. The pitch drilled into center, base hit. Heath Hood, solid single right up the middle. That was much like Ludeking's leadoff single for the Golden Eagles. Got a pitch he liked, put a good swing on it. Here's a big fella, Miguel Vega. He's DHing in the cleanup spot today for Coach Wren and the Apaches. One on, 2 outs. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, the Golden Eagles have a plethora of pitchers. Too many to sit in the bullpen. They've got a table they've moved down there, or actually I guess it's a picnic table they moved over towards the fence so that there's somewhere to sit for some of those guys. And you heard Coach Herron talk on the pregame interview. He's got plenty of arms. Now, he wasn't sure on the quality of all those guys, but he will have plenty of guys to get the innings covered while they're on this spring trip. 10 games in 6 days. And there it is. There's the balk. Coming toward the plate and then shifted his weight toward first base. And Glavey's going to ask home plate umpire. It is interesting that the home plate umpire calls the balk and the first place umpire does not, because he's got the better angle on that. And Mr. Home plate umpire felt like Glavey made some of his weight was moving towards the plate, and then he went to first. So the balk call will move Hood to second with 2 outs. Well, a lot of times you have a 2-man crew and they can't see that. You got a 3-man crew today, and the home plate umpire called it. Line shot to center, and Ludeking takes it on a short hop. It falls in, and a single by Vega will give the Apaches a 1-0 lead. Boy, Vega put a good swing on that ball, and he hit it hard. And off the bat, you thought it might get to Ludeking on a fly, on a line. He came in and tried to make the catch, but it short hopped him. He blocked it, so that would have saved the big fella from maybe getting to second or third. But he'll get an RBI single, and the Apaches take an early 1-0 lead. Here's Robert Hines. Breaking pitch misses up and away, ball one. So both teams with 2 hits in the first inning. Apaches have broken through with a run. Drops a breaking pitch over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it's going to get a little warm on the turf today for these guys. Started the game with temperature of 68, and it's going to go up from there. There goes the runner, and Vega trying to get over in scoring position with 2 outs. The big fella, 3 for 3 in stolen bases so far. Heads up, Ed, you got a wasp right there. 1-2 pitch off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rock Valley playing in their 11th game. They lost one yesterday at Eastfield in Mesquite. They'll play a couple more, or they'll play a game tomorrow against Northland Tech. Swing and a miss, and it's 2 strikeouts in the inning by Brock Levy, the sophomore. So that'll end the inning. But the Apaches get 2 hits. They leave a guy on, and they get a run. The new score for Mike Carter as we go to the second, it's Tyler 1 and Rock Valley 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Top of the second, it's 6, 7, and 8 for the Rock Valley College Golden Eagles. They had 2 solid singles off Cooper Rawls in the first inning, but could not get any runs. And here's Miguel Baez, the DH. Rawls from the windup. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. 0-1. Uh-oh. Dr. Charles Johnson joining me up here in the press box. It is getting toasty in the sun down there, isn't it? Yeah, we got a wasp up here. Their buddy. No balls, 2 strikes to Baez. Baez, Suave, and Burton will come to the plate for the Golden Eagles. Playing in their 11th game. The 0-2 pitch. That's a solid single into center. So I'll tell you what, they've hit the ball hard here in the early going. That's the 3rd barrel that they have found in the first time through the lineup. That will bring up Brett Suave, the 3rd baseman. First time today.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 33, Brett Suave.
Yeah, breaking pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1. The Apaches' next game will be Saturday. That's right. Yeah, Saturday at 6 p.m. against Carl Albert. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 on the third baseman, Swalve. Carl Albert comes to town. Single 9 on Saturday and then a 7-9 doubleheader on Sunday. You're going to have to keep up with that with Mr. Ed on the live stats. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Cooper Rawls. And there's one away. So far,
number 21, Bryce Burton.
The Golden Eagles have not been able to solve that breaking pitch. Here's Bryce Burton. One out and one aboard. And there he goes. Runner going, swing and a miss, and that's a foul ball. We're going to have to reset things here. Miguel Baez off with that pitch. You could kind of see his feet creeping. And I thought we might get a step off or a pick off there. For Baez, he's got 4 steals in 5 tries. And this club will run. They got a lot of stolen bases. Off the plate. Is that right? They've played 10 games. And they have stolen 39 bases. That's at a better clip than the Apaches. Apaches are pretty aggressive on the bases. 1-1 pitch. There he goes again. Throw down to second, and really close play, and Baez did a good job of avoiding the tag there. That ball looked like it beat him there. He pulled the left hand back, went around with the right hand, and sure enough, he's safe. There's a guy on the Cubs that does that all the time. It's Baez. He's imitating his big league brother there. I mean, he really did a nice job because that ball, was in Reynolds' glove and it looked like it was waiting on him, and he just avoided the tag. Umpire was right there, so. And there's no argument from Forrest Gump out there, so. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Cooper Rawls. Pumping that Texas heat, got him to chase a high fastball. Here's the 9-hitter, Zach Baden, second baseman. It's his first trip to the plate against sophomore from Hallsville, Cooper Rawls. Starting to find a bit of a rhythm here. In the dirt, there goes the runner to third, no shot. And this is what you're going to get, I think, from the Golden Eagles. They're going to be very aggressive on the bases. With those kind of numbers as a club, nobody came into 7. A guy named Brett Ayer has 7 steals. He's not even in the lineup today. But they got 2 guys with 5. They got 2 with 4, a bunch with 3. So everybody up and down this lineup will, looks like Coach Heron will not be afraid to turn them loose. So Baez will go to third on the wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to the 9-hitter, Zach Baden. From the stretch now, Cooper Rawls. The 2-0. Inside corner. And it's 2-1. Rawls' 6th appearance of the season for the Apaches, all of them as a starter. He does have a complete game, but Coach Wren said they're going to limit his pitch count today and try to turn him around and start him against Carl Albert this weekend. So said maybe 3 or 4 depending on the pitch count. Through 17 in the first inning. Both starting pitchers threw 17 pitches in their first inning of work. And first inning very efficient, 13 for strikes. 3-1 count now. Off the plate, there's the first walk for Cooper Rawls. And that will roll the lineup back to the top. Cole Ludeking. Ludeking hit a smash single right up the middle his first time up on the first pitch he saw. So much like the Apaches now, first and third. Popped it up right side. This should be in play for Hines at first base, and he'll catch it just inside the bag for the final out. So the Golden Eagles do get a couple of base runners again, and they strand them again. And another 0 on the board for Cooper Rawls. He has struck out 4 through 2 innings. Bottom of the second inning coming up for the Apaches. 6, 7, and 8. Schrabb, Reynolds, and Trace Thomas. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Bottom of the second inning. And it's Michael Schrabb in there for the Apaches. He takes ball 2, 2-0. Schrabb, Reynolds, and Trace Thomas to come to home plate. The Apaches lead at 1-0. Got an RBI single from Miguel Vega in the first inning. Pop up right side, and Burton in right, and Baden at second, calling him off for out number 1. So Schrabb pops up into left field to Zach Baden, second baseman. Here's Ren Reynolds for the first time today. Dr. Charles Johnson joining me now on the broadcast.
Good to be up here, John. It's a little cooler up here.
You know, the other day it was cool and that air conditioning was freezing me out. Today, probably going to feel pretty good. That sun, boy, you down in that. This is where if you haven't been out in the sun, you're going to get a little toasty. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Ren Reynolds. Brock Levy, 17 pitches in the first inning, 12 of them for strikes. Both these pitchers locked in pretty well early. Breaking pitch, and it's quickly 0-2. I like the pace. Glavy likes to get the ball and get back at it. Loses that one outside. He's a sophomore from Waconda, Illinois.
I bet you know where that is, don't you?
I have no
Coach?
idea. I did grow up in Northeast
That's
Ohio,
right.
but not Illinois. Had a good chat with the coaching staff down there in the dugout. I told them I could identify. I went to junior college in Ohio, and we went on these spring trips both in my freshman and sophomore years. In the second year, we drove back to Northeast Ohio to a foot of snow waiting on us. So we had to wait another week and a half to play.
Started to turn around and go back.
Wanted to. High pop-up. This is center field. Luda King drifts over. Now the right fielder will call him off. Bryce Burton makes the play. And there are 2 away. So Reynolds flies out to right. Here's Trace Thomas now, first time today. Step in. It's the left-hander Brock Glavy. Glavy 0-0 with a 2.57 ERA. Coming in, he had struck out 7 batters in 7 innings, just walked 2. First pitch swing, and that's into right center, and that'll fall in. Little bloop single for Trace Thomas. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Tyler Lindweber. Much like the Golden Eagles, the Apaches get a 2-out base runner. Try to extend here. I would imagine you'd try to get old Trace Thomas over to second base.
He's got good speed.
First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Trace Thomas does not have a stolen base yet this season.
I've noticed that Coach Wren has used him as a pinch runner before, so maybe,
Well,
maybe we'll
see. If yeah, he thought about going there and then pulled up. Ball's fouled off for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Well, we've seen the Eagles, the Golden Eagles rather, they're going to be very aggressive on the bases. And Apaches have some pretty good stolen base numbers for, and there was a slightly different move. Glavy is making sure, that he's stepping right toward the bag and kind of visually gives the umpire the 2 arms straight toward first signal. Fastball fouled off into the net, and Tris Thomas was off with that pitch, so he'll have to go back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would think you'd, with the lefty, you got to go first move. If you wait till that, you're 100% sure he's going to the plate, you're not going to make it. There he goes again. He waited, throw to second. It's going to be high. It's a stolen base for Trace Thomas. That's his first stolen base of the year. So runner at second, 2 away. Now a single's got a chance to give you a 2-0 lead here. 2-2 count with 2 away. Glavy from the stretch. The pitch. Popped out of play. And count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're at the 9 spot in the Tyler lineup. Leadoff hitter Jacob Johnson waits on deck. It's going to miss low. Full count. Well, we do have a handful of Rock Valley fans here today, and what I remember I actually went down and watched my brothers play in Florida when they were in college, and man, you got to be careful about getting sunburned. Ground ball to short. This is going to be Woods up with it, throws across. There's your inning. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. That'll do it for the Apaches in inning number 2. We're playing 2 7s today, and we head to the top of the 3rd. It's 1-0 Tyler.
Am I 2 or 3?
All right, let's bring you up to speed on some of the other ball games in Region 14 today. Today is Tuesday the 10th, Rock Valley at Tyler. Coastal Bend is at St. Ed's JV today, 1 o'clock start. Wharton is at Alvin today. South Suburban at Blinn this afternoon. Eastern Oklahoma State at Northeast Texas up in Mount Pleasant. And Galveston and Sanjak will do battle tonight at 6 o'clock. Those are your Region 14 ball games on today's slate. Tomorrow, Joliet will play Bossier. South Suburban playing Sanjak down in Houston. And as always is, spring break, always a busy week for a number of those Midwest teams that come down and play sometimes their first ball games against a lot of the Texas clubs. Well, it's David Mitchell now to lead it off. He's the 2-hitter in the Rock Valley lineup. Mitchell, their leading hitter, 467. First pitch. Good breaking pitch over the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Got 3 doubles, 1 homer, and 5 RBIs in the first 10 games. 0-1. Missed inside with the fastball. Coach Rippenthal has gone to that wristband-based signal system, so Cooper's got the wristband on his forearm, looks in for the sign, now looks down at the wristband, and now he's going to work. That's got to be a mental adjustment for these pitchers. Just their pre-pitch routine is it's an adjustment, and I'm sure it's like anything else. You just make the adjustment. But I mean, you've been doing it for a certain way your whole life, and now that pre-pitch routine is different. Right now, he knows the pitch, and now he's just focused in on what to do, how to execute it. 2-2 pitch. Boy, in on the hands with the fastball, and he fought it off. And we'll stay at 2-2. I'd be curious to have a chat with some of the pitchers that are using that system and just how they've adjusted to, changing their mindset a bit. Little looper to short and caught by Lindweber for out number 1. Thought it might hit the ground before it got there, but it did not. So a little flare, and there's one away.
Number 11, Tegan Woods.
I think it would definitely be an adjustment for sure. And
Well, you're used to looking in, and once you get the sign from the catcher, then you start focusing in on executing the pitch that he's called. It actually gives you a little more time to actually lock in on that, but it's just a little different timing, a little different dynamic. And I'll be curious to know if they, those that have used it already, are they like it, or whether they,
right.
are resisting it. they're doing it because coach wants them to do it. No balls and 1 strike, and that's fouled into the net. And we're quickly 0-2 on Tegan Woods, the shortstop. On the year, Woods 304 average. The 0-2. Up the middle, look out, almost got Rawls in the foot. And that's a base hit for Woods, his first of the ball game.
At one of our softball games that we broadcast, I guess, a few days ago, I think that one of the blend pitchers went out there, looked over to get that sign, and looked down, and she didn't have her armband on.
Yeah.
They had to call timeout.
They had to call time and run it out there. There's a wild pitch that goes all the way to the padding back here. And Woods will jog down to second. And now you got a tying run in scoring position for the Golden Eagles.
You may have already mentioned this, Coach, but the Rock Valley team played over in the Dallas area this weekend. They split with Richland College on Saturday, and then they lost 9-6 to Eastfield yesterday.
Yeah, they've played some good competition, and we talked on the pregame interview with Coach Herron. There's a better than average chance that they're going to play somebody that's going to make it to Greenville. And so if they do make it to Greenville, they will have played some teams, and that's a confidence booster for your guys. If they can hang with the teams from the Texas area that have been so successful at the World Series level, that'll do a lot for their confidence throughout the season, but especially if they do make it back to that national tournament. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The pitch. Little looper into right. That's going to fall in for a hit. The runner will be sent home, and it's 1-1. Little flare single by Bill Blank, and that'll tie the ball game. So that wild pitch ends up costing Cooper Rawls a run right there.
How about it? The catcher, number 8, Mason Beatty.
And here's Mason Beatty, the catcher, struck out swinging to end the first inning. He's the lone left-handed bat in this lineup.
Says Beatty's from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Not Milwaukee, but Pewaukee.
Okay.
Unless that's a misprint.
Pop up, and I can't see it. I don't know who can. It looks like Hines at first can see it, and he'll catch it for the batter didn't run. I know they must have a team rule. You got to run everything out, so he runs down after the fact. So, anyways, that'll be the second out of the inning, excuse me. Right out of the gate there, Mike Schrabb looked up, and he could not find it. We are at just past high noon here, and that sun's got to be tough to look up into. And Hines comes in, makes the grab for the second out. That'll bring Miguel Baez to the plate. He singled his first time up. First pitch catches the corner, and it's 0-1. Well, I guess the other thing that it does free up when you got a base runner. There's a dynamic when you get the signs early. When you toe the rubber now, you know you don't have to be thinking about getting signs because you're getting those signs before you step on the rubber. So right now, he can do whatever he wants in terms of the timing of a pickoff. And so that may be a slight advantage when you got a runner on base going from that stretch. Next pitch is in there. It's 1-2.
Well, as I recall, last year, the pitching coach was giving the sign to the catcher, and then the catcher relayed it.
Yeah, that's the normal procedure, and that's how 95% of the coaches have done it in the past. Now, with the advent of these wristbands and the different systems of numbers, you can change those wristbands every game if you want to, and if you play the same team over and over again, like we will Coastal. We'll play Coastal 7 times. There's probably likelihood you're going to use different wristbands every ball game, and so when you do give a certain number sequence, that's going to mean something different in subsequent ball games. So it's almost impossible to pick those signs up if you do it that way. Whereas the old system, all you got to do is put a Hawkeye in the dugout there, and if he figures out the sign system, you can kind of figure things out. Or if you put a camera in center field. We won't go there, though.
Yeah.
We won't go there.
We're not going to do that.
There'll be enough Astro bashing throughout the year. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here's the pitch. High pitch. He missed it. The ball comes out of the glove of Schrabb, but he hustles over and picks it up and trying to make it safely is Baez, but he won't do it. So it's a strikeout number 5 of the ball game. And the Golden Eagles tie things up here in the 3rd inning. They get a couple of hits, and they'll leave a guy on. Your new score for Mike Carter as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. It's Rock Valley 1 and Tyler 1. Welcome back to Tyler. Dr. John Groth, Dr. Charles Johnson with you. As we go to the bottom of inning number 3, and here is the leadoff hitter, Jacob Johnson, for the 2nd time. Struck out swinging his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 today. On the season, Jacob Johnson, .319 average, leads the team with 8 doubles. Check swing off the net. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams with just 1 lefty in their lineup today. Johnson is the Apache's lone lefty, and the Golden Eagles' lone lefty is Mason Beatty, the catcher. Left-hander, Brock Glavey. Little tapper right back to Glavey, and he'll run it over and flip it to first for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Dalton Davis. We're probably going to see a pitching change for the Apaches, as Rawls is at 52, but as Coach Wren talked about on the pregame, they're going to limit him and bring him back this weekend. So he was hoping to get 3 or 4, and with his pitch count at 52, I'd be a little surprised if he goes back out there.
Looks like Callahan Baldry down there warming up.
So Baldry will probably be next, and can't verify he's coming in, but I think there's a fairly good chance he will. We'll see. 1 ball, 1 strike to Davis. Ground ball up the middle. This is Woods. Fields it, throws it, got him. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. And that'll bring up Heath Hood. Heath Hood singled his last time up. And for Heath, 338 average on the year. 5 doubles, a homer, 14 RBI.
I read that Rock Valley College is from Rockford, Illinois.
That's correct. And is about 900 miles from Tyler.
Yeah.
I didn't ask the coaches whether they drove or flew. Pretty sure Joliet flew down here. They had vans, rented vans. Ground ball, third base. This is Suave. He'll catch it. He'll throw it, and just does get Hood on a pretty close play over there. So 3 up and 3 down, nothing across here in the third inning. We will head to inning number 4. We're playing 7 here. 2 7s today at the ballpark. It's tied at 1. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen for the first time, so we do have a change. Callahan Baldry will be the new pitcher, left-handed sophomore from Carthage, Texas. And for Baldry, to be appearance number 7 of the year, all out of the bullpen. He's 0-4 with a 9.64 ERA, 4 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks for the sophomore from Carthage, Texas. Callahan Baldry takes over for Cooper Rawls. Rawls ended up throwing 52 pitches, 38 of them for strikes in 3 full innings of work. He gives up 1 run on 5 hits in his 3 innings of work. And we are tied at 1, so right now Cooper Rawls will not be the pitcher of record here in this game. For the Golden Eagles, it's 7, 8, and 9. Brett Suave will step in for the second time today. Struck out swinging his first time up. And Brett Suave on the year, 364 average, 2 doubles, a homer, 2 RBI for the third baseman. Left-handed Callahan Baldry delivers. There's a ground ball to short. Lynn Weber on the big hop. Fires it across. There's 1 away. That will bring up Bryce Burton, the right fielder. Struck out swinging his first time up.
Now batting the right fielder, number 21, Bryce Burton.
This Eagles squad had a good year last year, Coach. I read they had 38 wins last year, and in mid-April, they were ranked as high as 5th in the country.
Exactly. So Coach Wren alluded to the fact that Coach Herron has done a really nice job of putting this program on the map. He's in his 4th season, and he's just a few wins from his 100th win. So making good progress for the Golden Eagle program. First pitch was a strike. It's 0-1. And that breaking ball stays up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burton has a 250 average so far this year. Does not have any extra base hits, but he does have 3 RBIs. 1-1. Swing and a miss. In on the hands. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
These guys are coming up swinging.
Yeah, they aren't. They've been aggressive with the bats, and they've gotten some good barrel here early in this ball game. The 1-2. Fastball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burton's got one of the things I've noticed, Charles, first couple at bats, he likes to step away. He's kind of stepping in the bucket here and making it harder on himself to be consistent. That front foot wants to step toward third just a little bit as he swings. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed. Got him. And he is struck out for the second time. First strikeout for Callahan Baldry. And strikeout number 6 for Tyler pitching. Here's Zach Baden. Baden walked his first time up. And on the season, Zach Baden, 346 average. He's got a double and 5 RBI. Kind of indecisive there, and it's a strike, 0-1.
Callahan's had kind of a rough stretch of late, and he's coming out there today wanting to right the ship for sure.
Well, if the Apaches can score some runs while he's on the mound, could be in line for his first win. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
I can already see today his command control's better than the last time that I saw him pitch.
Well, that's a good sign here. Deep breath. Here's the 0-2. Just off the plate. A lot of the Apaches kind of meandering towards the dugout, and they'll have to backtrack. Well, you're probably going to see another break-in pitch here. This is the sequence that he used in the last at-bat. Went fastball away and then breaking ball. And there's another fastball, grounded to second. Reynolds up with it on the run and makes the play. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th inning for Callahan Baldry. So a 0 on the board. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 1-1. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Miguel Vega will lead it off for the Apaches as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're playing 7 here. 2 7s today. Doubleheader day at the ballpark. Beautiful day here in East Texas. First pitch to the big fella. Off the plate. Ball 1. Miguel RBI single in his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. Line shot into left. Base hit. He's 2 for 2. Vega's bat starting to heat up, and that's good news for the Apaches. He's on board with nobody out. Vega came in with a 233 average. 6 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 9 RBI, but he's 2 for 2 today. And here's Robert Hines, struck out swinging his first time up. The pitch. First pitch swinging high, chopper. Zach Gartner over there at third was statuesque on that. He did not move. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, misses low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. They got the short sleeve pullovers today on. He and both Coach Abney. They might get a little warm with that.
They may shed those after
They did not. These guys not. Did they uni up under those or not? Yeah, I like the uni up, man. I just do. Here's the 1-1. Line shot. That's trouble.
Perfect.
Into the corner. Extra bases for Robert Hines. We'll see if the big fella's waved around. They're going to hold him at third. And it's second and third, nobody out. Robert Hines all over that pitch, drilled it into the left field corner for a double. And Vega stays at third base. Here's Michael Schrabb, who popped up to second base his first time up. 0 for 1. On the year, Michael Schrabb, 286, 4 doubles, 4 homers. That leads the team. 18 RBIs is second on the team to Robert Hines, who has 20. Wind up, first pitch, outside corner, strike 1. A little surprised here that Glavy is going from the windup.
Infield's pulled way in.
They are way in, but he's going from that windup, so I guess you're not worried about Vega stealing home. There's a wild pitch, and Vega comes home, and he'll score. So a wild pitch moves everybody up 90 feet, and it's 2-1 Apaches. So there's a preventable mistake right there by the Golden Eagles, and the Apaches take full advantage. Hines went over to third. Now you got a runner at third, still no one out, so you keep your infield in. And we'll see if Schrabb can be productive here. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Well, you need a fly ball that's deep enough. Base hit you'll take. You got to stay away from the infield pop-up or the strikeout. And now stepping out. And I think Coach Wren maybe has changed his mind on the signs here. It's definitely a squeeze opportunity. We'll see. They're going to let him swing away. The ball was hit to third. He had a notion. And he delayed. So Brett Swalve came up, looked like he wanted to come to home plate. Hines was off with contact. And that is going to be a fielder's choice there. There's not a hit.
Had Hines hesitated, they would have gotten him at home.
Well, they had an out somewhere. I don't know if they'd have had him at home, but he hesitated, and when he did, the runner at first is safe. So there's going to be a meeting of the minds here on the mound. The pitching coach is Caleb Bounds. He's out there to try to settle down Brock Glavy, who's given up 2 runs here now, and the Apaches lead at 3-1. So Schrabb, he'll get an RBI on that, but it's just going to be a fielder's choice because the third baseman, Brett Swalve, he had an out at first if he throws it right away, but he held the ball. And his indecisiveness cost him a run, and it cost him an out. And so with runner at first, there's still nobody out. And here's Ren Reynolds. And we'll see how Coach Warner Wren wants to handle this. Schrabb does have a stolen base this year. So he's 1 for 1. See if he wants to. He's not going to move him around here. You might think about laying one down here and adding on, playing a little add-on baseball. Wren back in the box quickly, and then Coach Wren gives his second set of signs, and he gets out to check his wristband again. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. It's quickly 0-2.
Reynolds, a sophomore from Kilgore. As I recall, he played last year at a college up in Illinois somewhere. I don't recall what it was, but he wanted to get back to this warmer weather.
Today's a perfect day for it. 0-2. It's going to miss low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I can just speak from experience. I having played 2 years in the Midwest at a junior college, it's just wonderful to come down and have some warm weather and play some ball. And stolen base for Schrabb. Beatty dropped the ball. It was a breaking pitch and probably a pretty good pitch to throw on, but as he popped up, the ball popped out of his glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still no one out. Ren Reynolds at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he battles and fouls that one off. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, a little curious to see the corner infielders playing even with the bag here. Runner at second and nobody out. So far, we're not seeing any indications that there's going to be a bunt on here. Breaking pitch, or that might have been a changeup. It was low. The count has gone full on Ren Reynolds. Well, you might throw another off speed here with the base open. We'll see how they want to handle it. Here's the 3-2. High fly ball left field. Is it deep enough? It's not. Is it going to stay in play? It does. And it is caught. What a nice play by David Mitchell out in left field. He had to run a long way. And he did so, made the catch for the first out of the inning.
7, Trace Thomas.
Put a star by that one. That's a great play by left fielder David Mitchell. He was playing well in the gap, and he had to run a long way. And that ball, not sure it would have been fair. Well, Mr. Umpire pointed which way of the.
He pointed that it would have been fair, I think.
All right, so that's an F7 if you're scoring at the house. With 1 out, here's Trace Thomas. And not sure you could have got the third, but Schrabb might have thought about tagging right there. First pitch called a strike. It's 0-1. I don't know what. Glavy's out there shaking his head on a strike call. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was a miscommunication with Beatty or what the deal was there, but it's a fast or a breaking pitch that misses high.
Trace Thomas is from Arlington, Texas. He went to Mansfield Timberview High School, and one somewhat unusual thing about Trace is he's a switch hitter.
Yeah. I don't know if we have.
Don't know if we have any more.
Yeah. Is there any other switchies on the roster? No. So he's the only switch hitter in the Apache on the Apache roster this year. 2 balls and a strike, 1 away. Apaches have already scored 2 runs in the 4th inning here. A single by Vega, a double by Hines, a fielder's choice grounder by Schrabb, and a wild pitch. Line shot through the hole on the left side. The runner is going to be sent home and now held. The throw, and that's going to be, I don't know, I'm going to score that a double.
I believe he'd have made it to second even if
I don't think he had any shot of getting him. So it's a double for Thomas. Schrabb was held at third, and with 1 away, here's Tyler Lindweber. Well, the infield is going to play way in, and we'll see if safety squeeze is in order here. You got 1 out, and you got a 3-1 lead. See how Coach Wren wants to play it here. From the windup, Glavy, the runners are coming, and that was they were going for 2 there. As you saw, Trace Thomas was almost at third base when that ball was, batted, and they had the squeeze play, the suicide squeeze, and they were trying to get 2 runs out of it. Because Thomas was all the way, he was almost to Swallow at third base when that ball was reached home plate. So it's an 0-1 count. The stretch now, the pitch. popped out of play to the right side, and it's 0-2. So the adjustment made by Glavy, I didn't notice if the coaches asked him to do it or he just did it on his own, but he did go. He switched from a windup to a stretch there, and he's going to go ahead and go from the stretch again. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 away, 2 aboard. The Apaches a 3-1 lead, but they're threatening to get more here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Coach, I think you told me recently that you once were toying with the idea of being a switch hitter in your younger
absolutely.
days.
No, I would have loved to have stayed with it. I did a little bit of it in junior college in the fall. Line drive into right field. That's going to score 1, and Thomas will score easily. And it's 5-1. A 2 RBI single into right field by Tyler Lindweber.
Lindweber's having a great spring, both defensively at shortstop and certainly at the bat.
Well, that was a good piece of hitting right there as he took a breaking pitch that was away from him. Didn't hit a line drive, but he got the job done and easily scores 2 runs. And the Apaches open things up a bit here in the 4th. It's 5-1. And stepping in now is the leadoff hitter, Jacob Johnson. 0 for 2 today is Jacob Johnson.
Lindweber has a big lead over there.
Well, slide step up the middle. You misplay it. You had a chance for a 4U double play there, 4U3, and Zach Baden, he was more worried about tagging second than he was catching the ball.
14, Dalton Davis.
So that's an error. E4 if you're scoring at the house, 1st and 2nd, and it's been already a long inning, and that's going to be all for Brock Glavy. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. It's 5-1 Apaches. All right, the new pitcher is Nick DeGirolamo, and he's 6'3", 185, right-handed freshman from Palatine, Illinois. And he'll come in with 2 on and 1 out, and he'll face Dalton Davis, the meat of the Apache lineup, coming to the home plate here in what is already a big inning. Breaking pitch in there, strike 1. DeGirolamo 0-0 with an 0.00 ERA. It's his 2nd appearance. He's only thrown 2/3 of an inning, and he has walked 2, struck out none. High pop-up center field. Ludeking coming in, and now it's the shortstop. They call that a infield fly? I don't know about that.
Now batting the left fielder, number 5.
Tegan Woods went way out halfway to center field, made the grab. That's a shaky infield fly if you ask me, but it's going to go as a 4th, F6 in the scorebook. The Apaches now have batted around. Here's Heath Hood, and Hood grounded out to 3rd his last time up, singled in the 1st inning. He's 1 for 2. Called a strike, it's 0-1. DeGirolamo. A lot of off speed here from the 6'3", 185-pound right-hander. He's a freshman. Just his second time on a college mound. No balls and 2 strikes. He works ahead of Heath Hood here. Hood's the 9th batter of the inning.
He's a sophomore from White Oak, Texas.
Here's the pitch. Just missed inside. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson's at first base. Lynn Weber at second base. Got good speed on the bases. If Hood could find a gap here. Boy, that was close to a balk. High fly ball. That's going to get out of play. It's into the Golden Eagle bullpen area. Got about 20 guys down there. They got a lot of pitchers with them. And we heard Coach Heron say they aren't going to run out of arms on this trip. Playing a lot of games. 10 games in 6 days.
Maybe they advertise, if you can pitch, join us. We're headed to Texas. Come on.
1-2 pitch, misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He wasn't going to vouch for the quality of arms, but he knew he had he had enough arms to get through the week.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Wonder if he's going to put any of on waivers when they get back. 2-2 pitch, misses low. That wouldn't be too fun. Make the southern trip and then get put on waivers when you get back to Illinois.
So
I don't think
we'll
they
see
do
what
that
kind
in
of road
junior
trip you
college.
have, and then we'll make some decisions.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners will be off with the pitch. There they go. Misses high and inside. And he walks him. Bases loaded.
Now batting the DH, number 42, Miguel Vega.
Here's Miguel Vega. He led the inning off with a single to left field. And he'll bat for the second time now in the inning. He's 2 for 2. He singled to center field his first time up, drove in a run. Oh, it hit him. Ball hit him, and that'll bring a run in. So Vega tried to get out of the way, and I think it glanced off his shoulder. And he'll get another RBI for that.
20, Robert Hines.
Everybody will move up a spot. Lynn Weber scores the 6th run of the ball game. It's a 5-run inning here for the Apaches in the 4th. And here's Robert Hines for the second time. He doubled his first time up this inning. Struck out in the first. He's 1 for 2. Big rip on a breaking pitch. And DeGirolamo gets ahead. 0-1. Next pitch, high fly ball, left field. Going back is Mitchell, and to the wall, it's out of here. A grand slam for Robert Hines. Well, I wasn't sure it had enough juice on it,
I wasn't
Charles.
either, but it kept drifting. Left fielder kept drifting back, and he ran out of room.
That will clear the bases, and that will officially open this one up. A 9-run inning makes it 10-1.
Hines is definitely a strong kid. I see him working out with the weights quite often. He's got a lot of power.
Well, he got that one up quickly, and the question was it going to get over that 18-foot high wall? 325 down the lines. And so it got up quickly, and it carried out of here. Again, the wind, if there is any, is going to blow kind of in that direction, but really nothing to speak of at the moment. So that was all Robert Hines to get that ball out of here. A grand slam after he hit Vega to load him up. Hines gets a home run, and here's Mike Schrabb. Schrabb got an RBI his last time up this inning. And so now this is the 12th batter of the inning. 10-1 Apaches in the 4th. Ground ball through the hole, base hit. Well, this is turning into a extra long inning here. You wonder if they're going to play run rule after 5.
Number 9, Reynolds.
We'll see if the Apaches can muster up another run here. If you play the run rule. Here's Ren Reynolds. Breaking pitch over the inside corner, 0-1. Reynolds flew out to left field earlier this inning on a great play by David Mitchell. He was playing about where he is now, and he had to get on his horse to get over there and catch it right inside the foul line in left field. Reynolds is 0 for 2 today. Breaking pitch stays up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nick DiGirolamo, and there's a balk. Well, I didn't see exactly what he did, but he flinched. I don't know if he moved his body or moved his feet, but that'll be the second balk of the ball game for Golden Eagle pitchers. Starter Brock Levy balked back in the first inning. That's going to miss high. 3-1 with 2 outs. The pitch. And fouls that one off. And it's 3-2 on the Apache second baseman.
The Apache softball team had 11-run inning that you will recall, Coach, the other evening. And
they brought 17 batters to the plate in the first inning the other day. 17 batters. They almost batted around twice. Crazy. And there's ball 4.
Baseball guys are going to see if they can
now batting the right
equal
fielder,
the feat.
number 7, Trace Thomas.
Well, it's just a second walk for Rock Valley pitchers, but it extends the inning, and it brings up Trace Thomas.
He's turned around batting left-handed now against this right-handed pitcher.
Thomas takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's going to miss high. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, you have had a Golden Eagle tossing in that bullpen, and I don't know if they're doing it anymore. And that's going to be a pass ball that gets by the catcher, Beatty. Well, now you got the question of the day might be if they might play this thing out just because it's already 2 sevens. We'll see if the Apaches can plate another run here, and they can hold them. Called a strike, it's 3-1. If they can hold the Golden Eagles right where they're at, if that 10-run rule would kick in after 5. 3-1 count, the pitch. Line shot right at the second baseman, and that will end the inning. So it goes L4 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches, though, plate 9 runs. They bring 14 batters to home plate. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on the inning. The big blow, a grand slam by Robert Hines. And we will go now to the top of the 5th. Your new score, Tyler 10 and Rock Valley 1. Top of the lineup for Rock Valley. Cole Ludeking will lead it off, and Callahan Baldry, after that long delay, fires a strike in there. Good hack right there, fouls it straight back. 0-1. Ludeking 1 for 2 in the ball game. Breaking pitch in there, and it's quickly 0-2. I'm telling you, I see some red skin already over there. There's people going to get sunburned today. Got to get the sunscreen out. 0-2 pitch. Pop up center field. Johnson, and now who's going to call it? Look out, like a collision out there. Who ended up with the ball? Looks like Ren Reynolds ended up with the ball. So it's F4 if you're scoring at the house. There almost had a collision. I have seen some really bad collisions on plays just like that between second base and right field.
Number 20, David Mitchell.
And if that right fielder opens his mouth, you got to get out of the way. I don't know if Trace Thomas said anything there, but Reynolds holds on to the baseball for out number 1. Here's David Mitchell now, third time today. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. From the windup, the 0-1. We got that fastball in on the hands. The other thing that has changed the dynamic of the pitcher, normally in a baseball game, when the pitcher looks in the dugout, it's usually not a good sign. And, now the Apache pitchers are having to look in every pitch. Throws another fastball in on the hands, and it's 0-2. In the past, if a pitcher looks in the dugout, he's kind of peeking in to see if that coach is getting somebody up in the bullpen or if the coach is upset, or you really don't want pitchers looking in the dugout. Now, they've got to look in every pitch. 0-2. Off the plate, not by much. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. You check the sign, and then you look at your wrist. Then you go back to work. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, the pitch. Pop up, same right side of the infield, and Reynolds will have an easier task of it this time, and he'll grab it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. That'll bring Tegan Woods to the plate.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 11, Tegan Woods.
Woods is 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, and singled in the third inning. 1-5-1 for the Golden Eagles from Rock Valley College. 10-10-0 for the Apaches from TJC. Ball got away from Schrabb at home plate. Ball 1. Yeah, these bleachers are absolutely a baking. It's like an oven down there when the sun's out like it is today. Swing and a miss. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. We're at the 3 spot in the Golden Eagle lineup. Callahan Baldry from the windup. That's going to miss low. Now you got another. Kaysen Holden is starting to toss in the Apache bullpen, so this might be the last inning for Baldry. Holden, the freshman from College Park High School in Conroe. 2-1 pitch. Well hit to right field, but there's room out there. And Trace Thomas gathers it in for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. A nice clean inning for Callahan Baldry. He holds serve. The score remains Tyler 10 and Rock Valley 1. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you.
Shortstop number 2, Cade Sanchez.
Cade Sanchez, who came in defensively last half, will get his first plate appearance of the day. He'll take over for Tyler Linweber. So first at bat for Sanchez. 263 average on the season for Sanchez. 5 of 19. First pitch is a strike from Nick DiGirolamo. Came on last inning. And that's going to miss the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanchez does have 3 RBIs this season. And there's another ball. It's 2-1. Well, you've had some moving around in that bullpen, but nobody tossing at the moment, I don't think. Well, now you do have a right-hander throwing down there for Rock Valley. 3 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. In there for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we'll see if the Apaches can muster up a run here, if they are going to play the run rule after 5. And there's ball 4. A leadoff walk to Sanchez.
Now batting the center fielder, number 17, Jacob Johnson.
And that might be all for DiGirolamo. We'll see. Caleb Bounds out there to the mound. And that will be all. We'll let you know who the new arm is for the Rock Valley Golden Eagles. Back in just a minute. 10-1 Apaches. We're in the bottom of the 5th. All right, the new pitcher for the Golden Eagles is a right-handed freshman from Machesney Park, Illinois, 6'7" and 240. Logan Burbach takes over for DiGirolamo. And on the year, Logan Burbach 0-0 with a 36.00 ERA. This is his 3rd appearance of the year. He has thrown 1 inning. He has struck out 1 and walked 5. So he'll get his 3rd opportunity of the season for the Golden Eagles in a 10-1 game in the bottom of the 5th. And we're not 100% sure if the run rule will be in effect here. If the Apaches score 1, it would be a 10-run advantage after 5 innings. First pitch in there, strike 1. 6'7", that release point's pretty close to home plate. Oh, 1 is the count. from the stretch. The pitch. Grounder up the middle. Could be 2, 4, and 6, and off the bag. So the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. So Johnson will reach on a fielder's choice. And Sanchez out at second base. That will bring up Dalton Davis. One out. No, we got a new hitter. It is not Dalton Davis. The hitter is Trey Amandares. So Amandares is going to hit for Davis here in the 2 spot in the Apache lineup. He's batting 1,000, 1 for 1. Misses inside, ball 1. This is his 3rd appearance of the season. He does have a walk. So he's been at bat. This is his 3rd at bat of the year. 1 for 1 with a walk. Swing and a miss. Big hack there by the left-handed batting Armendariz. Johnson at first with 1 away. The pitch out in front of that one. 1 and 2. Logan Burbach, the big right-hander, the 3rd Golden Eagle pitcher of the day. Ground ball, and you go 3 to 6. You do get the lead runner, so had a chance for another double play and couldn't quite turn that one either. So another fielder's choice, 3 to 6. Johnson's out at second, in with 2 away.
Now batting number 29, Ty Eli.
Ty Eli will bat for Hood. It'll be Eli's first at bat of the day. So we've seen 3 new hitters this inning for the Apaches, and Eli will bat for Hood here in the 3 spot. Pickoff attempt. So here's my thing. If you're gonna be mad at a team for running with a 10-1 lead and you pick off, you can't get mad. I'm sorry. I've had a few coaches over the years get upset at, you put a new guy in the game, you want to let him work on stealing a bag. You don't want to rub it in. I totally understand the mindset there. But we're early in the year. These are not conference games. You're trying to work on some stuff, and if you're going to have your pitcher pick him off, then you should be free to send him if you wanted to. Just my opinion. A ground ball to third ends the inning. Nice play over there at third by Brett Swalve. And nicely done by Logan Burbach. Okay, leadoff walk, but then he settled in, got 3 ground balls. So good job by the redshirt freshman from McChesney Park, Illinois. We'll head to the 6th inning. The score is still Tyler 10 and Rock Valley 1. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen for the second time. Cason Holden will take over for Callahan Baldry. Baldry ends up throwing 22 pitches, 16 of them for strikes. And now it's Cason Holden's turn. 6'3", 230, left-handed freshman from Conroe, Texas. Holden, his fourth appearance of the year. 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA. 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks, posing batters hitting .231 off the freshman from Conroe, Cason Holden. Fastball high, and Bill Blank fouls it back for strike 1. Rock Valley 1-5-1. Tyler 10-10-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Fastball fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, we started with the temperature outside at 68 degrees. It's now 76 degrees. It is almost 8-degree jump there. So fouled into the net. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. First baseman Bill Blank, 1 for 2 today. Got an RBI single in the 3rd inning. That would be the lone going legal run. He struck out in the 1st. Here's the 0-2. Little looper, and Reynolds easy play at second. There's 1 away. So 1 up and 1 down here in the 6th inning. Here's Mason Beatty. Now we got a pinch hitter. This is not Mason Beatty. This is Gage Armstrong. Gage Armstrong.
Now batting number 34, Gage Armstrong.
So both coaches kind of getting guys some at bats here early, or late, I guess you would say. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, especially for Rock Valley, this is their 11th game of the year, and Tyler has got another 20 games or so before they actually get into the conference, if you will, schedule. They play 7 games against Coastal Bend that will determine the seeding in the playoffs. And if we look at Rock Valley's part of that Region 4 up in Illinois. There's Division 1, 2, and 3 schools in that region. We'll walk through the Division 3 schools in their region. Rock Valley 4 and 6 right now. Joliet 4 and 1. Milwaukee Area Technical College, they're 3 and 4. College of the DuPage 1 and 2. Oakton is 0-1 and 1 right now. Harper 0 and 2. Waubonsie 0 and 0. Next pitch, there's a ground ball to second, and Reynolds up with it. He'll throw over, and it's pretty close over there, but they just do get him. So kind of a bang-bang play there. Gage Armstrong almost beat that out. So Waubonsie is 0-0, Elgin Community College 0-0, and Illinois Valley Community College 0-0. So Rock Valley, Joliet, and I know Oakton won a national championship over the Apaches a few years ago. So there's some salty groups, some salty teams in that conference. And there's also a bunch of D2s and D1s in there. They beat Triton to open up the season. Triton's Division 1 in Region 4. So a lot of good baseball in that Midwestern Chicago, Illinois area. No balls and 1 strike. This is Miguel Baez for the 3rd time today. 1 for 2. He singled back in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd. Apaches lead at 10-1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. We're playing 2 7-inning games here today at the ballpark. And that catches the inside half of the plate. And it's 1 and 2. the Apache's 22nd game of the year. 1-2 pitch got in on the hands. That's out over our heads and out of play. Straight over our heads, I should say. Well, the wind picking up just a little bit. Getting that south-southwesterly blowing across this field from right field to left field. Well, he reaches out and just gets a piece of it. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball, right center field, and Johnson's going to go over. Now it's going to be the right fielder who is out there in right? Ty Eli? Ty Eli making that catch. So that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Golden Eagles in their half of inning number 6. We'll come back with the bottom of the 6th. For the Apaches, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate. All right, Josh Jenkins's going to hit for Miguel Vega here to lead things off.
Now batting number 19, Josh Jenkins.
So Miguel Vega, 2 for 2 day, couple of RBIs, 2 singles, and a hit by pitch. He scored a couple of runs. So his day is done, but here's Josh Jenkins for the first time. Jenkins, a catcher from Bullard to Brook Hill, takes strike 1. Jenkins still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 5. Pop up right side. Is that going to stay in play? And it did stay in play. The first baseman gave up on it. Zach Baden gave chase at second base, and I think it fell inside the fence. So it was not an easy play, but I think Bill Blank was deferring to Zach Baden at second there, and looked like he might have had the best shot at it, but it falls in, and it's 0-2 on Josh Jenkins. From the stretch, Logan Burbach back on the mound. Threw 8 pitches last inning, 6 of them for strikes. 0-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, Jenkins fouls it off. Beautiful day here in East Texas. We're up to 76 degrees. Burbach from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pretty good breaking pitch right there. First strikeout for Burbach. And, boy, that's the first strikeout since back in the first inning. So third strikeout for Golden Eagle pitching. Here's Robert Hines. And Hines is 2 for 3, a double and a grand slam. Next pitch is fouled straight overhead. Is going to stay in play. It does not. Hits on the netting just in front of us here and falls back to the field for strike one. Hines struck out swinging to end the first inning. Since then, he's doubled to left and homered to left. Scored 2 runs and driven in 4. Burbach going to go from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball center field. Ludeking's got room in center field. Backs up, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. Here in the 6th inning.
Michael Schrapp.
And here's Michael Schrapp, the catcher. Schrapp has 1 hit and 3 trips. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Step in with 2 outs and no one on. 6'7" and 240. Logan Burbach pumps a strike in there. It's 0-1. Has the sign. The 0-1. Just off the plate and a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Well, we'll take about a 30-minute break once this one's completed. And then we'll crank that stream back up for game 2. One-two pitch. In there for a strike. Strike 3. And so that'll do it. Nice inning by Logan Burbach as he strikes out 2 Apaches. 4 strikeouts on the day for Rock Valley pitching now. We'll head to the 7th inning. Your score remains Tyler 10 and Rock Valley 1. All right, we got a new batter for the Golden Eagles. It's Carlos Martinez will pinch hit for Brett Suave. First pitch grounded to the right side through the hole, base hit. So one pitch and one hit. New pitcher for the Apaches, 6'8", 235, the right-handed freshman from Dripping Springs, Texas, Noah Piles. Piles takes over for Cason Holden. Holden ended up throwing 14 pitches, 11 of them for strikes. And Bryce Burton, the right fielder, steps in. He struck out twice, both swinging. Look out. First pitch is high and inside, ball one. Next pitch, foul tip, and Mike Schrabb holds on to that pitch, or holds on the foul tip, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, nobody out. Martinez, a pinch hitter, got a base hit to right field. He's at first base. 10-1 Apaches, top of the 7th. We're playing 7 here in the opener, actually playing 2 7s today. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you got another pinch hitter on deck. It's Lucas Stoner swinging a bat. So Coach Herron giving some guys some at-bats. That's what you do on these spring trips. Next pitch is going to miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Noah Piles is outing number 3 of the year. He's 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA. He's pitched 2 innings, struck out 3, and walked 3 in his previous outings. Two-two count on Bryce Burton. The pitch. Line drive into right field, base hit. And the runner will hit second and look for third, and he'll get there. Ty Eli throws it to second base, and now you got a runner going to second, and he's going to be out. Not sure that's the best base running move right there, but Bryce Burton singled to right, but ended up getting thrown out on a 5-4 put out there. 9-5-4. So there's 1 away. Martinez goes to third base, and here's Lucas Stoner, pinch hitter.
Now batting number 30, Lucas Stoner.
So Stoner will get his first plate appearance of the day with a runner at third and 1 out. Big hack right there, fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. Tyler, 10 runs on 10 hits. Rock Valley, 1 run on 7 hits. Next pitch, going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Piles from the stretch. 1-1. Popping the leather. You got the pinch hitter Stoner to chase a high fastball, and it's 1-2. Yeah, we will take a break between ball games. Stop the stream from this one, and we'll start a new one. Game 2, about 30 minutes between ball games, so depending on how long this last inning extends, we'll probably be looking at somewhere near 2:30. We'll pass that. 2-2 pitch, and that's short of the plate. It's 3-2. Just now turning over the 2 o'clock hour here in Tyler, Texas. full count pitch. Look out. A little chin music there, and he walked him. First walk for Piles, and let's see here. Just the second walk of the day for Tyler pitching.
Number 7, Cole Ludeking.
So back to the top we go. Cole Ludeking, 1 for 3 on the day. He singled in the first pitch he saw right up the middle off of Cooper Rawls. He's 1 for 3. And that pitch misses low. Looked like Piles wanted that pitch, and Mr. Umpire doesn't agree. Runners in the corners with 1 away. It's 10-1 Tyler. On the top of the 7th of a 7-inning game. Little chapper. This could be it. 6 and 4, and not enough time to get the runner at first, so that will score a run. Ludeking gets the RBI fielder's choice. 6-4. And coming home to score the second run is the pinch hitter, Carlos Martinez.
Fielder, number 20, David Mitchell.
So you got runner at first base now with 2 outs. And here's David Mitchell, the left fielder. 1 for 3 on the day for Mitchell. Boy, nice pick right there by Schrabb. 1 ball, no strikes. Keeps Ludeking at first base. One-0 count, the pitch. Popped out of play to the right side. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Piles from the stretch. The pitch. Misses high. Two balls, 1 strike. You got 2 outs here. Golden Eagles down to their last out here in the 7th. 10-2 is the score. The ball's hit to the left, but lots of room out there. And that's going to be caught by Heath Hood for the final out. F7 if you're scoring at the plate. That will end it. The Golden Eagles do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a guy on. And your final score is going to be Tyler 10 and Rock Valley 2. Your final line score, Tyler 10, 10, and 0. And Rock Valley 2, 7, and 1. Well, let's wrap this one up. Look back on the box score. Apaches opened up the scoring back in the first inning, and it was a 2-out single by Heath Hood, and right after that a single. He was balked to second base, and the next batter was Miguel Vega, and he promptly hit a base hit to center field, and it was 1-0 Apaches. It was 1-0 until the 3rd inning. Rock Valley tied it with a run of their own in the top of the 3rd inning. Tegan Woods hit a 1-out single, and right after that, a wild pitch to second. Bill Blank hit a base hit to right field, and it was tied at 1. Well, the Apaches opened it up in the 4th inning as they put 9 big runs on the board to make it 10-1 at that point, as they brought 14 batters to the plate in that 4th inning, and really that was, for all practical purposes, all she wrote. The Golden Eagles came up with a single run here in the top of the 7th. Leadoff single by pinch hitter Carlos Martinez, a single by Bryce Burton, and then an RBI ground out by Cole Ludeking, and that would be your final score. Rock Valley 2 runs on 7 hits. They do commit 1 error. Tyler 10 runs on 10 hits, and they do not commit an error in today's ballgame. The winning pitcher is going to be Callahan Baldry, and he will get his first win against 4 losses, so that will take him to 1-4 on the year. And the losing pitcher, let's just see about this. Well, that first, 3rd inning. Now that is, it's going to be Brock Glavey who's going to take the loss, so he'll go to 0-1. It was his runner that scored the go-ahead run. So Glavey will take his first loss of the year. The loss will drop the Golden Eagles' overall record of 4-7, and the win we'll take the Apaches record now, 10 games over 500, 16-6. And so we played this one in just over 2 hours, about 2 hours and 3 minutes. And we'll take about a 30-minute break now, as these teams will grab something to eat, have a few minutes with their family and friends in the bleachers, and then we'll get back at baseball maybe just a few minutes after 2:30. And so that'll wrap things up for Game 1, as the Apaches earn their 16th win of the year, and they go to 16-6 overall. The Golden Eagles drop to 4-7, and that will create they have now lost 2 in a row. The Apaches have now won 3 in a row on the season. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, this is Dr. John Groth. The athletic director is Mr. Kevin Vest. I think he's out here today. Saw Kevin out here. Captain Chuck Smith, associate athletic director. Miss Kelsey Weeks is assistant athletic director. And of course, the whole press box crew up here: Ed Atkins, Ryan Fiala, Ryan McDaniel, and Colton Castello doing a good job on the music. Appreciate all their help as we navigate through these ball games. Again, Dr. John Groth from Tyler, Texas, Mike Carter Field. Thanks for watching. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. We'll be off the air for about 20 minutes and back on. The Apaches win the opener by a score of 10-2. So long, everybody.